dickhead. Welcome back to Peachy's place. Sorry, it's another night vlog. I had hoped, or had planned, on getting some footage of a ride I went on today. In fact, planned on getting that footage last week when the weather was good and the sun was out and the tarmac was hot and the bike was in the mood for playing. And what a fantastic day. Really enjoyed the ride last week. Took the exact same route this week, but today the weather wasn't quite as nice. I had planned on going out early this morning with my mate Nick, who you'll probably know better as Mr. Badger Martin. If you've not heard of him before, he's on YouTube. We've done, well, I guess you could call it a collaboration. We went out for a ride out and kind of like a dual vlog sort of thing, and it was interesting because, well, anyways, go check his channel out. I'll put the link to his channel in the description. But getting back to what I wanted to talk about, we had planned on going out this morning. Now, he had a crash on his Kawasaki not too long before I had my crash, back in September, or I think his might have been end of August, early September. So yeah, so he's ordered up new plastic fairing for his bike, and they were there to be collected on the other side of the border today. So he said, right, okay, I'm going to grab my new fairing, and then once I brought that back in, we'll go for a ride. Okay, mate. So I was sitting at home this morning waiting for him to let me know he'd got back, and he gave me a call and he said that it was raining. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, so I check out the weather forecast. The weather forecast said it was sunny at inland, but not looking too good, sort of Gibraltar, La Linea, San Roque sort of area. So, alright, okay, give him a call back and let him know. Get rid of these cars. Ow. So I give him a call back and I said, listen, check the weather forecast. It's looking bright, it's looking sunny, 30 degrees. And that's off the Met Office website as well. That's directly from the Met Office. Can't be bad, right? So, well, by the time it ended up lugging, I think he said it was 23 pieces of fairing. 23 individual pieces of fairing that make up the full set. He lugged that up the stairs to where he lives, and by the end of it he was understandably knackered. So he said, look, I'm going to give it a miss for today. Said, right, well, I've been looking forward to a ride all week, because last week I put my camera on, put the GoPro on, and the bloody thing just decided it wasn't going to work. It just started recording and then changed its mind. So I was determined to go out this week and to put the GoPro on, and I charged up the battery and made sure that the battery was 100%, formatted the SD card from the camera and not from the computer, and all that business. And this is typical. I hung back to let the cars go, and I ended up stuck behind the same bloody car. If I'd have just turned left, I would have missed him. Right, yeah, anyway, I charged up the GoPro, format the SD card and all that jazz, and off I go. Now, as it turns out, the forecast was completely and utterly wrong. It was spitting. I wouldn't say raining, I wouldn't class that as rain, but it was spitting pretty much everywhere from here to San Roque. Don't know for how long, but certainly while I was passing through it was spitting in this sort of area. Went up to Ronda, and wasn't raining from here to there, but it was very, very grey, very, very windy, and my confidence wasn't there. My confidence just was not there. And I think what happened was my head got in the way of my riding. And this brings me on to the topic of the vlog. Sorry, yes, I know it's taken me about 5 minutes to get to the point, but here I am. My head got in the way. I started to think to myself, you know, what if I wasn't supposed to go out today? You know, first he went to get the fare and he was late coming back, then it was raining, then, you know, one thing another. What if this is all just a sign that I wasn't supposed to go out today? And that got in the way. It really did. It got in the way of my riding. I wasn't confident. I was freezing up. I was tense on the handlebars a lot of the time. I was new traffic lights. I was making all kinds of stupid mistakes. Now, those are the kind of mistakes that will result in you crashing. And on a twisty mountain road, that's the last thing you want to do. Right? Now obviously, you all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about your survival reactions. Those are the ones where you tense up on the bars, you don't turn like you should, you grab the brakes when you shouldn't. You know, you do everything wrong because your natural response is when you're scared. Well, not scared, that's wrong, but when you're confident on the bike, right, you need to be confident. You need to be confident to ride a bike properly. You need to have a bit of balls. Because when you're going around the corner, you instinctively want to shut the throttle off and hit the brakes. And that's exactly what I was doing. Now normally I wouldn't do that. Normally you go around the corner, throttle on nice and easy, and then wang it open when you're out of the corner. Stand the bike up and off you go. Job's a good one. That's the exact opposite of what I was doing today. So I started thinking, you know, I'm not supposed to be going on this ride. Surely it's a sign something's going to happen. I should have just stayed at home. So question to you guys watching this, do you ever get that? There's a lot of us who are seasoned or experienced riders, and a lot of you watching, I'm sure, have not been riding that long or have just come back to it, and it happens to everyone, I suppose, or does it? I don't know. Let me know. Put a message in the comments. Does it happen to you? Much more confident on the way back down. I don't know why, except I'm guessing that my mentality had changed, where on the way up I was heading away from home thinking to myself, I shouldn't be coming out, I shouldn't be coming out. And then on the way back down, I was on my way home thinking, okay, I'm going home. So maybe that affected my mentality. It's amazing how the mind works, because as soon as I was heading back in the other direction, I was fine. I was myself again. I was steering, I was yeah, the back end slid out from under me at one point. Ow. I don't know, must have been some gravel on the road, or maybe I was in too low a gear with too much throttle, I'm not sure. But the back end sort of slid around, and you know, I controlled that just fine, not a problem. It didn't unsettle me. I just carried on and I was fine. So it really is amazing how your frame of mind, how you're feeling at the time while it really affects your riding. So if anyone's got any thoughts on that, like I say, put a message in the comment section below. I'd be glad to hear from you. At least I'm putting something up this week. Not what I wanted, but there you go. So I'll see you all next week, hopefully with something worth watching. Till then, ride safe. Take care. And thanks for watching.